ethnic studies is just kind of like, you know, different points of views. Usually like in school we're only allowed to learn like one certain like point of view and one certain like aspect of history, but you have to understand that history has two sides, not one, maybe even more than two sides. So that's why I think it's important to integrate ethnic studies into preschool, high school, middle school, elementary school, just so that everybody's inclusive.
We should keep ethnic studies because it's important to maintain multiple views of history. The way history is written is very narrow. It's told by him, but not by her.
Okay, so ethnic studies. Ethnic studies is basically like a history class. A history class that is just told from a different point of view. The importance of ethnic studies is the fact that it is taught from this different point of view, you know? So many times in schools, you have your regular history classes that teach straight out of the book. It's from what was written down, but you do not hear the other stories of the other people that were involved. For myself, as a Chicana, I very much loved my ethnic studies, Mexican American studies class that I took at Tucson High because it helped me understand myself more, my culture more. It helped me identify more with what was going on, and that was very beneficial. Mexican American studies is so important. I think here in Tucson especially, there's so much culture here, and everywhere you go, everywhere you look, there's this culture, there's folkloric dancers, there's, you know, different things, and here at Tucson High we really embrace that, and we show it in our Unity Festival. We show different cultures, we express different cultures, and I think that's so neat. I would hate for the future generation, you know, my future kids, my future grandkids, to not be able to experience these ethnic studies classes. In 2010, there was a bill proposed called HB 2281, and the bill, in so many words, banned what was ethnic studies. This ban was brought, you know, they explained that they believed ethnic studies was teaching the overthrow of the government and quote unquote was a sign of reverse racism. When the ban happened, it happened here in Arizona, but the one program that it did target was MAS, which is Mexican American Studies. The MAS program here in Tucson is very strong, especially within the Tucson Unified School District. When the ban first occurred, many students, many teachers, many parents were very upset because they wanted their kids to have this education, to be able to partake in ethnic studies classes, and here, you know, they were getting taken away from them. This caused many like student walkouts, protests, in hopes to one day be able to stop the ban and to get their MAS classes back. And luckily in 2017, a judge decided that the ban on ethnic studies was not right and was not like pretty much politically correct. My interviewee is Mr. Gonzalez, who was actually a current ethnic studies teacher at Tucson High, explained that ethnic studies is this. Ethnic studies is a proclamation that the stories exist, that they're relevant, and they need to be a part of the K-12 curriculum.
For those people who are afraid to vote or are scared to vote for these classes, my advice to you is that you just do what you feel is right. You don't have to do what society says is normal or what society implies you to think is right. I think that creating this holistic point of view is beneficial for all people because you see history through a new perspective.
To voters thinking about voting or not voting for ethnic studies is that it shows that there's more than one side to every story, and that it's important for all those stories to be heard and all those stories to be taught. Parents that have the right and the ability to vote, I would say if you can and if you're willing to go out and vote, just so that all our voices can be heard. I think it's important to have more than one voice, and ethnic studies definitely brings that to the table. So, mi familia vota!